Come and brew with us. This is RNG Tea with Christine Kooky Solis and Sarah Skopic. It's locked with your random sips of life and gaming.
Hello, again, this is RNG Tea. I'm Christine Solis, aka Kooky, and I'm joined by my co-host Sarah Skopic. How are you doing, Sarah?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing well, thank you. And we also have our producer, Lloid. How are you doing, Lloid?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today.
Good. Again, we stream our episodes live on twitch.tv/RNGNT. We love for you to join us on our discussions as we do read the Twitch chat and comments. And our podcast is also available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher. Wait, Google Podcasts is not a thing anymore, right?
Did they call it the podcast that Google operates?
Yes.
It's on there.
Anywhere, any podcast app, Stitcher, Spotify. Don't forget to leave us a review. It's been a little dry, and we do want to read out some great reviews. Joining us right now is Breanne Pollock and Rachel Feinberg. Together, they founded Ateyo, an esports clothing company. They make the most comfiest clothing, not just for esports and gaming, but just an all-around comfy for everyday wear. A year and a half ago, Breanne and Rachel joined us in our previous podcast shows. So thank you again for both joining us.
Thanks so much for having us. We're both excited to be here.
Yeah, great. Again, I'm so stoked that you're back here with us, and it's really, really funny. It's our 1-year anniversary episode. It's our episode number 13, and it's really funny. In our past podcast, I don't know why I keep saying episode, our past podcast, you are also on our episode number 13. So,
wow, it all kind of works out. It's crazy.
Right?
Yes.
It does.
It's destiny.
Anyway, so in our last interview, we went over how you guys developed Ateyo. Since we last spoke like a year and a half ago, how has the growth in your esports communities been? I mean, I remember interviewing both of you last year, and the next thing I know, I went over to the Riot Games LCS studios, and I saw your product on the storefront. I was like, holy crap, this is amazing. And then I see a fan like all dressed head to toe in Ateyo gear. I mean, how was your growth in the esports communities?
I think it's been a pretty crazy year and a half. We've had a lot of surreal moments like the LCS store that we kind of thought were many years ahead of us that all kind of happened within the last year and a half. So I think we're really grateful for everything that's happened. Our community has really kind of blossomed, and our Discord is really fun and active. We've got to do some great collaborations. And I think even throughout all of the crazy 2020 stuff, we've been really successful and been able to have a great business and a great community. So I think it's been an amazing year and a half.
Yeah, it's been an adventure. I actually forgot that the LCS store was this year until you said it. But yes, that was so cool, and we got to set it up, and it was really exciting because we love League, so it was really awesome.
Yeah, it was an amazing moment. I loved it.
Well, seeing that you guys have a community that watches Overwatch League, is there anything you're looking forward to the next season?
I think that the homesteads, obviously, were great, and then they stopped. I think I'm really looking forward to them happening again. I think that as like a society at large and like gaming and Overwatch, I think people are really excited to see their people again. And I think that it will be really different, but I think that it'll be so special and cherished. However it comes back, whether it's smaller, probably in 2 years. But I think that for me, like I'm really looking forward to when things get to be in person again. And I think that those in-person events are like one of the most magical spaces within the Overwatch community. And I think that that'll be really fun. I think people will value it even more than they did before.
That's awesome.
For sure.
Also talked about how much you enjoyed your time at the homestead. I didn't get to go. That was in last year.
Yeah, so I've been to a bunch of the Overwatch events, and I went to finals in Philadelphia. And so I think that those things have been awesome. And I think these in-person events are just great. And I think the community is waiting for them to come back.
It is.
For sure.
Yeah, it's definitely been hard this past since March, staying in. Like the vibe is so much different, so much more different when you are actually in live. Being there with the crowd and actually watching the players play, doing what they do best, and we're cheering on. So I actually do miss that too. But what are some of the pros and cons of working with esports community? I mean, like, I hate to mention champion, but it felt like it helped strengthen and bring light to Ateyo. Like, hey, we have this smaller business that does way better products than champion. I'm just saying.
Just saying.
For those that don't know, a very big business made a product that looked a lot like ours. And I think in how we responded, Breanne we both are very different people, and Breanne, I think, should get a lot of credit in how kind and eloquently we told our story.
Yes.
And I think that she made a point to me, and then I think it read through the tweets that we want to be true to ourselves and who we are as a brand and how we interact with our community. And so really being nice, being thoughtful, sharing our story was really how we wanted to approach it. And I would say that it's one thing when like the 40 people that are always active in Discord engage with the tweet. We kind of knew that would happen. We're so touched. It's amazing. But then it started like going viral, and like outside of these people, it was now in gaming and esports, and now it was like with mainstream celebrities. And it's one thing to retweet something, but then to order something, like when so many millions of people don't even have jobs right now, it's like, I'm gonna start crying. It's just been a long week probably, but it's overwhelming. We just sat like at my PC looking at our orders, and they just kept coming in. And so I think that people are choosing to not just support us, but like spend money with us. It means so much. Like, it's such a hard time for a small business. We're not able to sell things in person. It's hard to sell a product online. And this idea that people really cared that we had spent 2.5 years, it's now been like 4, going to events, testing products, like missing family events, like not having a social life, because like we really cared about what we were building. And I think it was a great way for us to kind of share our story. And I think I owe a lot of respect to my partner for that.
It was really nice to see that the story that resonated with people is the true story of how much we care about our product.
Yeah.
And I think that made a really big impact on us as people, knowing that people care so much about this thing that we care so much about. So I think we're just really grateful to all the people who supported us and all the community that became a part of that.
That's wonderful. Definitely turning something that kind of a bad situation into something really meaningful, and also dollars help, right? You know, it is very impactful. So that's really cool. So looking through your Discord, you guys seem to kind of hit the same trends that we have in ours with Animal Crossing and food, especially snacks. But we just have to know, and I'm sure our audience wants to know, are there any games in particular that you two have been binging?
So the beginning of quarantine, I was like everyone else, playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Like, Rachel, we have a call now. And she's like, no, I can't. I'm doing
a lot of
this
Animal
thing.
Crossing. And then I broke a Switch, so I needed a new Switch, like a lot of Animal Crossing. Then I kind of, I guess, burnt out. I probably should like go back on because like I know there's new things. But then I feel like stressed about playing again, so I don't know. I haven't gone there. I've been playing Among Us recently. I think it's really funny that we've gone from like planting flowers to like killing astronauts.
Yes, absolutely.
Last few months have been an adventure, so I've been playing that. I tried to get like my roommate who's not a gamer and my mom and everyone to play. I think because like that's also awesome about Among Us is that like it's really low barrier of entry. Everyone like kind of gets the premise. So I think that's the games recently. We've been watching a lot of YouTube. I like how the streams are there now. A lot of YouTube streams of Among Us.
Yeah, I think I've been watching a lot of Twitch streams because I miss the like personality, Twitch chat, all of that kind of stuff. It's nice that as a community we have that resource that we can go and talk to people and interact. So that's kind of where I've been spending my time.
Awesome. Well, a lot like us then.
Yes. With COVID hitting us full swing again, and how has Ateyo weathered the virus? Like, do you have any advice for other small budding businesses like your own? Like, how did you get through it?
I mean, it's hard. It's hard because nobody really knows what the world looks like in a week, in a month, in 6 months. So it's really hard to plan. I think we tried to figure out at the beginning of quarantine, like what was important to us as a business beyond just selling product. And I think we kind of decided that we'd stop all the big goals we kind of had for 2020, and we were really going to focus on bringing joy to our community. And that kind of became our North Star. And then it became a lot easier to plan things around that when you kind of know what the goal is. So we started doing supply drops, which were kind of our fun way to, give a little excitement into the world, do a fun product or snacks or different things to do with kind of how people were feeling at the time. And it became a really nice way to respond to what's going on, and also like as a business kind of have some fun. And so I think we've just tried to do our best to kind of take it day by day. But it's hard. And I think you kind of got to be kind to yourself and take a break when you can, and know that, some days Rachel's laughing because I'm terrible at taking a break.
I work like 10 to 12 hours a day, but Breanne starts 3 hours before me and finishes.
Oh,
So
wow.
Girls, get some sleep.
I'm like the slacker. Like,
Yeah, saying, I'm going to take an hour off to go for a walk, like those kind of things. I think we all just got to go with the flow and roll with all the punches that keep coming our way.
Absolutely.
But it's not easy at all.
Speaking of like COVID and all that, what are your goals for the future of 2021? What are your dreams of what Ateyo can become?
I think that we try since the beginning, and I hope we stay like this forever, is that we really care about, we want to scale obviously, but we really want to scale as like humans and a business, and that everyone that buys an Ateyo product has this like magical experience, that they're part of this community where they meet friends or people to play games with, and they feel like really a connection to the brand. So I think that obviously, like every other business, we want to grow, we want to sell more products, but I think we want to make sure that when we do that, it's in a really thoughtful and intentional way. And we would rather have like 10,000 more people buy a product, they love the product, they then recommend it to their friend, than like a million random kind of people floating around. I think we really want to grow in a really thoughtful and kind of kind way. And I also think there's a lot we can do around innovation and really unique products. I think our sitters, because of their name, the Pants designed for sitting, really showed people like exactly what we meant by like technical apparel for gamers. And I think there's really exciting things we could do around innovating apparel and kind of iterating on the amazing products we've already launched.
It's awesome. Like, it's really heartening to hear a small business want to keep the whole aspect of being human instead of becoming a corporation. That brings something to my heart. Thank you.
Brings joy to his cold heart. I'm just teasing.
All of us, yeah. I'm excited. I know you have been doing those supply drops. I know right now you are doing the personalized custom name drops. The one thing that got us attracted to you was, of course, the Thank You Games collection for women's wear, of course. But when will women's wear return? Because I'm excited to get more women's wear too.
It's a great question. We are working on it. Definitely sometime, in the new year. Everything's just a little bit more complicated in terms of production right now, but we are so excited. We want it to come back too.
I promise you there will be women's product for sure by March. I've already committed that, so I don't know if she will figure it by March.
To figure that one out.
And maybe sooner, but definitely by March there will be a launch.
But yeah, we love the women's wear, and we loved Thank You Games, and the whole community activation and the video and all that was just so much fun for us to do. So we're really looking forward to seeing what we can do for the next women's drop.
Are you gonna be like inviting the same people too?
No, we're gonna have to figure something out. There's no more in-person video stuff's a little difficult, so we're gonna have to get creative.
I feel like the worst thing you can do is invite like 50 people to your apartment.
Oh yeah, true.
That's fair.
But no, we'll have to come up with something fun, and there's so many amazing women in the space that we can collaborate with, and I think that is the extra fun part of our job, getting to do that.
That's awesome. Well, we all have to really say thank you so much for partnering with us to provide those custom Ateyo zip-up hoodies for our 1-year anniversary giveaway. Which, yes, any of those in the chat, there's still time. But Christine literally dropped that on Lloyd and us, like in stream, that this was happening. So we just have to know: is there a chance for us to get our own hoodies?
Yes, we can definitely work something out. I mean, I think we're always trying to work out how we can put more customization and personalization onto stuff. But yes, we would love to do that.
Yes! It's the best news I've heard all day.
Yeah, we were so excited when you guys reached out. We're excited for you guys to get your product, and the giveaway is such a great idea.
Yes, thank you. Well, good. Gonna have to definitely look into that.
Yes. And those who are listening on the stream right now, you can actually go to ateyo.com and actually get your own custom Ateyo gear now if you want to. Like, if you don't even want to wait for the giveaway, I say just go and buy it, because seriously, they are so worth it. They are very comfy.
That's my plan.
We've both been living in a lot of Ateyo lately.
Yeah.
Our supply drop now, you can get like your name embroidered, which is fun.
Very, very fun. Very, very cool. Where can they find you besides ateyo.com?
So our socials are Ateyo_ on both Twitter and Instagram. And I'm Rachel Lipstick, and Breanne is Breanne HP.
And we're kind of always hanging out in our Discord. So if anyone wants to chat with us or has a question or order question, all of it, we're hanging out there and available, and we love to chat.
And Monday nights we do a Discord chat. Boys, you can come hang out with us. And at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we do a live weekly update on Instagram and trivia. So we rarely give out product because it's hard as a small business. But if you come and play trivia, we have awesome giveaways, and a lot of times they're product.
They're so much fun. Yes. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Do you have any other last words for or words of wisdom for our listeners right now?
Join our Discord.
Yeah, we'd love to meet everyone in Discord. That would be so great.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a great community, so we'll get the link back there onto our Discord, and we'll also put the link on our YouTubes and as well on our website for you. So,
well, I thank you. Also, looks like you kind of brought some people over to us. Thank you guys so much. Let's see, Dr. TF for joining us, Ateyo Mom Forever for following us as well. Norris finally following us. I see you, Norris.
Yeah, we see you. Where have you been?
But anyway, thank you guys so much. We also do content here at RNG Tea, so stick around. We still have the rest of our show.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.
Into our updates for RNG Tea, I think we had Rolling in Stress. The Extra Life special is now up on our website, so if you want to check that out. We got some spoopiness that happened.
Yeah, it was real spooky. Too spooky for me.
Yeah, it got me excited. I'm like, oh, finally, some action. But yes, you can check that out. Again, our DM, Bill. I wanted to say Mike because I'm reading Mike somewhere. Oh yeah, we're talking about Jersey Mikes in our Twitch chat. So again, join us at twitch.tv/RNGNT. Join us in the discussions. Talk about anything you want in our chat, and we'll actually read it out. So anyway, our Bill DM, we have myself, Sarah, Lloyd.
Our Bill DM. You meant our DM, Bill?
Did I see that? What's wrong with that? Can't you say Bill DM?
Well, it made it to like our Bill DM as opposed to saying our DM Bill.
Look, Sarah, it's been a long week.
No, I'm just giving you crap because I thought it was funny.
Yes, and we also have Sunny, and we also have Skuro, Mr. Trash Panda TV. It's just hard, Skuro, with your name as Guy or Mac, and then like you have so many names.
You
Skuro.
are Mac. Like I don't know. Mac just fits him somehow. I don't know how to explain it.
Mac. Okay, we're gonna keep it Mac. He will forever be known as Mac.
Yeah, you're not Skuro anymore. You're Mac now.
And if you don't know, our 1 year anniversary giveaway is still going on. It is a Gleam link. You can check it out on our Twitters, our Instagram. I'm trying to figure out where else we put it in there. Our
Discord.
website, Discord. You do not want to miss that out.
8 days, people. 8 days. Time is running out.
Yes, it does end on the 28th. We will find out who will win the... Let's see, we got 3 prize packages. Again, one of them is a $20 gift card of your choice to anything you want, your choice. A Pac-Man Coach brand leather wallet and ring. And then the second prize package is the Ateyo RNG Tea personalized zip-up hoodie. Come on now. You've heard these girls. They are so awesome. A D20 blanket, another Pac-Man Coach leather wallet, and then the final prize package is an Ateyo RNG personalized zip-up hoodie, a Razer keyboard, a Turtle Beach headset, and
Lloyd.
What? I'm hard of reading right now. Doesn't that look like a virtual date with Sarah and Kooky?
No! This is a virtual date with Lloyd. Silly Lloyd. Doesn't know how to read.
look at Beats by Faye is so excited ever since we announced it.
I know. Beats by Faye really wants this prize, Lloyd. Gotta give the fans...
Decibels isn't, like, excited. You don't want to go on a date with me, Decibels?
Carla, I don't know about
cybering.
cybering.
That will be Lloyd's decision. That's a consent issue. Not the date, though. He has no choice in that.
So, I don't fuck on the first date, guys. I'm sorry.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, unless you ask nicely. Just kidding.
Oh my gosh, Decibels. Decibels says in chat, we're going to do a VR chat and furry it up, big boy. Big boy.
You comfortable yet, Lloyd? You a winning, son?
My winning. My nipples are erect, Sarah, okay? Are you happy now?
Okay. Sarah's like dying here.
Sorry.
Oh, Max says to put lipstick and a wig on Lloyd, and he's about it. Let's go.
We know it. All right, we know his taste. Hey, respect these guys. He's got his thing. Lloyd is disconnected from Mega World Talk.
Anyway, other updates. We had our extra life stream.
That was last weekend, wasn't it?
Couple weekends ago.
2 weeks ago, yeah.
It felt like. Yeah. Anyway.
And on short notice, we actually achieved our goal at $1,005. We are so stoked and so grateful for all of you for supporting us during our 24-hour stream. Go ahead. Who was the top donors?
Top donors. We've got in the chat right now, CXC Decibels, Dark Flux, which I don't know where he is, but he should be here, and Newbers. Between the three of you, you guys raised the most money for us, or donate, I should say. Donated the most money for us, and if it wasn't for you, I'm not sure if we would have gotten to our goal. So, thank you guys so much for your contributions. So appreciated. We are so lucky to have people like you and everybody else who donated. We're looking at you. We know. And we really appreciate everything. Anytime you guys donate money to us, it was super appreciated. We're very, very happy. It was such short notice that we kind of put this together. We didn't even fully have prize pool stuff or anything. It was made up on the spot. But it really showed, how just how wonderful you guys are, and how we're really lucky to have you guys with us throughout the whole stream. So thank you.
Yes, we really, really appreciated it. Like Sarah said, we just brought up goals on the spot, like Pelly's makeup stream. Like, people didn't know who Pelly was. And he actually came on stream, and I was able to put makeup on him. Another thing that we just put up was Lloyd getting a VTuber model. And
Yes.
it's happening. Let's just say that.
It's happening,
Wait,
guys.
What?
Yes. Lloyd, you're going to be a pretty VTuber.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
So it's not just us two on screen.
Exactly. We know you don't like to show your face, so it just only makes sense that you would have a VTuber. I know! We're pretty stoked.
He's
I don't know if you're
speechless.
I don't believe it.
No,
He is quite
believe
speechless.
it. Believe it. We actually do have a little preview. This is the last preview that we got for his little VTuber. I don't know if you can see it, but it's very... I don't know. There's too many expressions going on here. What is this?
I guess. Yeah.
Can anyone guess what his VTuber will look like?
I don't know if I see it.
I don't. Does it have big anime titties like Omega Wall says?
No, I don't know. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll have to see.
We'll have to
I
see.
know it's going to be big, expressionful, expressive, anime-wise, I'm sure. Also, Beats by Faith says that they're excited because it's going to prep for your virtual date. So, here you go, Lloyd.
I'm down. I have to put the wig and lipstick on.
Yes, yes.
But you have the VTuber to do dress up with, so it's fine.
I'm so excited though. Like, I'm really excited that he's getting a VTuber. So like when he streams, we can actually have a VTuber.
A male VTuber too. We're gonna be on the map. We're gonna be unique. I love it. I love it. So yes, we do have that preview for you guys, but just you wait. It's gonna be exciting.
Yes, probably next podcast episode. We'll have him on screen.
Yeah, you know it. Get ready, Lloyd. Get ready to animate.
So quiet.
He's
Sorry.
just
I keep on clicking away. I'm talking a little bit and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not on the right fucking goddamn it, Zoom.
Come on, Lloyd, you're a producer. You should know how to be up on Adam. And...
But I'm tired, Kooky.
I'm tired.
I'm tired.
We're all tired.
Yes.
I'm actually doing okay, but that's because I prioritize sleep over probably anything else in my life. So
That's good.
yeah,
That's good for you.
it's after many years of not. So
Technically, I've been tired only because I've been playing my PS5 this past week.
yeah, I'm tired. I had my PS5 here. I know.
So which poor kid did you have to beat to get that, Kooky?
I didn't. Like, day one, since they opened up the damn pre-orders, I'm like, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna turn on all my notifications, and I did. It was sitting there on the Amazon listing. I yelled over at Pelly, I'm like, hey, it's open! And like, he literally was just in bed, and he just kind of like went over, slowly walked over, looked at it, click, add to cart, buy. I'm like, how is this enough time? I thought it would be gone by then, but he actually had enough time to put it in the cart and actually buy it, pre-order it or whatever, a month ago, and we just got lucky.
yeah, we've tried. My brother has tried a couple times, and even when they were redoing it recently, still couldn't get any. So no PS5 yet for us. We're gonna wait.
I hear they're coming out with more stock next week.
Oh, that would be important to know.
I'll turn on the notifications on for you and just kind of like send you the website links like, hey, it's up.
Yeah, definitely. Be
Hey,
appreciated.
now.
No!
Yes. Yes, I'm flexing, Mac. I don't care. I am so happy for it.
It's true. It's true.
Decibels, I will actually take a picture of the PS5 where it's at. I have a very big entertainment stand in front of me right now with a big TV, so I can just like sit here and play if I wanted to right now because it's in front of me. But anyway, I won't do it.
Yeah, fuck the podcast. I'm going back to Miles Morales.
I know, right? I could totally do that. But get it. I really don't care about the Xbox, but the PS5 is amazing. I actually won an Xbox Valhalla code, so anyone in chat right now, someone will randomly get it. So let's just say that. So come to our Twitch stream because you never know when I'll just like give away something. So that's our RNG and Tea updates. So let's go ahead and go over what the monthly news were. Let's see. It says here the NFL will hold a virtual Pro Bowl this year with players competing in the Madden video game.
Oh, so this is gonna go as well as the fucking NBA 2K shit the NASCAR shit that they were trying to do.
NASCAR, yes.
And then NASCAR people were like, "This ain't real driving."
They're probably gonna say the same thing.
They're probably. I mean, it's almost worse too because at least you can simulate driving. Football's a little different.
But they're doing football games already, so why would they hold a virtual Pro Bowl? So that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that is weird because it's not. Football hasn't been canceled.
No.
Yeah, it's probably gonna get canceled.
Oh,
soon.
really? Okay.
I mean, like how everything's been going with COVID lately. Like I don't.
Yeah, but my
Yeah.
sports. So I don't know.
Would you watch a Pro Bowl virtually?
I don't watch sports ball, so probably.
Oh.
not.
I know. That's like, no. Never been my thing. So, yeah, no, I don't.
No, I'll probably check it out just because. Like every week, at least I take a look at the NFL scores and see what are the highlights.
Yeah, I'm of the couple here. I am not the NFL person. That would be the other one. So, I sit there and go, oh, did the team? Wait, no, we wanted to lose so that our coach gets fired. Is that what we want? I'm confused. So,
Yes. Speaking of more sports, I know sports, but
sports.
I guess they're just trying to get into the gaming business too, of course. How do you say her name? Is it Dua Lipa?
I think so. Dua Lipa. I think so.
Okay, Dua Lipa will be a playable character in FIFA 21. Which
Yes.
is pretty awesome.
I know her as the musician, but apparently she's a huge soccer fan, so that's cool.
Now, is she going to be playing with the boys, or is it like, I remember they were having like a separate thing,
I'm not
which is
really sure.
women?
I don't play FIFA.
Norris, where are you?
Yeah, Norris. But I mean, like, the pictures of her show her in a soccer uniform, so I guess she's just in there.
She's just in there. Pelly's asking, does she even play soccer? But she is from England, I want to say. She's English, so you know how it is over there. It's very popular.
Yes.
Football.
Yeah, football.
Football.
European sports ball.
Yeah, not football American. It's football. In French, football is soccer, of course, and football American is our football.
Football American. I forgot you know a little French.
Well, I took 4 years of it in high school, and my parents are both fluent in it. It's kind of sad I'm not, so don't be that impressed.
Français?
Un peu.
Oh. Lloyd, do you know French?
I only know that and je ne sais quoi.
Which, yeah, that just means I don't know what.
Awesome. Well, I learned something new about Lloyd.
I know two.
He knows how to ask, do you speak French? And I don't know what. by the way, if you want to say I don't know French, you might just want to say je ne sais pas.
Je ne sais pas.
Pas. P-A-S.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. If you say je ne sais quoi, it's going to be very weird response because je ne sais quoi is usually more of a phrase, actually. You might say, like, they just have a certain je ne sais quoi, like a certain thing about them. I don't know what is what it literally means. So, yeah. Decibel says you're going to French your way through the virtual date, so, yeah.
Beats by Face says, ooh, say more French, Lloyd.
I wish I knew more French. I took German in high school, and I still don't know how to speak German.
That's a hard language. I regret not taking Spanish, because that would have been way more useful with my current job.
I like how we're getting so off tangent
know.
with this.
Well,
Anyway,
I mean,
what
it's
were we
sports. Who gives a
It's
fuck about
sport.
sports?
All right, let's talk about, more true video games.
True video games. Apparently, the online edition of the Big House, one of the largest Super Smash Bros. Tournament series in the world, has been canceled because Nintendo, of course. Nintendo issued a cease and desist.
A cease and desist.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is why I love you guys.
Pelican cookies attempt at French.
But it's Nintendo. They say it's because it's a mod. Of course, because they don't like mods on their own games, and it's kind of sad that within the fighting game community, Super Smash Bros. Melee is the most beloved out of the FGC, and they just want to play it. Yet Nintendo doesn't support that, and I don't get it.
Nintendo's always... So one thing I did hear that, and this is probably going to get off to a very weird tangent, so I'm going to try to keep it as reined in as possible. Nintendo has always been really, how do I say, protective of their products. And I've heard that's actually might be partially being a Japanese company. I guess in Japan, like how companies are, how they appear as, and also for and stuff like that is really important, to the point that, how we kind of joke that, like, if we mention Coca-Cola or whatever, we have to say, like, we're not sponsored by them or whatever. In Japan, apparently they take that to like a 10. And so it's even like really more stringent. So that might be kind of what's happening here. And the only reason I know that is because my brother heard it from his favorite Japanese VTubers. So take that as you will.
No wonder you're like, I'm just going to keep it reined into topic. It has to do with VTubers again.
It always does. But anyway, that's because Nintendo for years has been always super, careful about their products. I also feel like part of it might be too that they're trying to be seen still as family friendly. Wasn't there I don't know if this is true, but I remember there was a thing many, many years ago where they were basically doing cease and desist on like the porn satire, not satire, but like the porn ripoffs of Mario. And stuff like that. And so I don't know if that's part of this too.
That wouldn't surprise me, but like they've been on a crusade on YouTube too, where like you can't even do content without getting demonetized because Nintendo's like, that's our money. Yeah. Even though you're actually making content to advertise their fucking IPs.
Oh yeah. But I think also like with that issue, kind of what I mean about the whole family friendly thing, because a lot of our favorite VTubers, a lot of our favorite YouTubers, are not exactly for kids. So I think there's kind of a combination of all of that together. But yeah, I'm not surprised this happened, but of course disappointed. Of course sad.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
Poor FGC.
Let us have our nice things, Nintendo.
And it's an old game too. Like, it's not like it's. Well, I know they're playing Ultimate too, but it's Melee. It's an old game. That was like GameCube. Just let it go.
The thing is like Nintendo could do so much by just endorsing like Evo or any of these fucking FGC tournaments to a certain degree, instead of like looking a blind eye to it and not even like acknowledging that there is hundreds of thousands of people playing this game to win money, and it's only furthering like the sales of Super Smash Bros. When those tournaments are in the limelight. It drives me nuts that Nintendo just doesn't want to like do that.
For sure. Sarah's laughing at
So
people
Mac in
chat.
our chat was trying to say, if you ain't having people make porn with your characters, can you even consider yourself successful? Which fine, but he misspelled it to say pork, and I like that a lot better. If you ain't having people make pork with your characters, are you even successful? I like that. That's a tagline now.
You gotta pork your Nintendo characters. Okay.
You got it.
Making that bacon, as Carlotta says. Oh, jeez. All right, we're going way off topic again. But yes, Lloyd's point still stands, but I'm still laughing. Okay.
All right, there is this problem with a League of Legends character. You know this character by the name of Seraphine?
Yes.
Cute pink hair.
Likes her cats, big glasses.
Yeah. Could be you if you dyed your hair pink.
Kinda, yeah. I don't have a cat, but yeah, the
We
glasses
can
are
get
very
you one. We can get you one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need to get that e-girl look. Yeah, so this situation is there's no other way to describe it except creepy. This has been kind of going around circles and stuff, but there's this woman who goes by the name Stephanie, who she basically believes that her likeness was taken by Riot to create this character named Seraphine. Now, on the surface, this sounds ridiculous, but when you she made a blog post kind of explaining her reasoning, and she sounds pretty I mean, she sounds pretty reasonable when you read her blog post, and her reasons are I can see why she feels this way. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but essentially she not only does she look a lot like this character, like the side-by-side pictures are really creepy, and their names even too, Stephanie, Seraphine.
Yeah,
that's weird. But also her main reason for believing this is there was at one point she did date someone who worked for Riot, and this person kind of kept insinuating that he wanted to use her likeness as a skin idea for something, which she kind of would be like, I don't know about that. But even kind of weirder is that he managed to get her a tour of the Riot facilities and managed to convince one of the artists there to basically draw her likeness as a cat kind of character. So it's just kind of weird because now we've got an artist who knows of her likeness other than this guy she was dating. And I think that was the main thing. And also she had some of the pictures, like promo pictures of the character are just kind of eerily similar to some of the pictures she had sent to the guy she was dating, like her on the beach, her cuddling with her cat. There's also a thing about her drawing. She likes to kind of sketch and doodle, and some of those look a little eerily kind of like the sketch and doodling that the character does. The other, and I don't know League of Legends that well, but I guess the other kind of damning thing is she wrote a paper about, again, I don't know the context, but I think they're like the two worlds that are like that kind of are against each other in League of Legends. I don't know if I can find the names in time. I'm sorry, I don't know the League of Legends storyline very well. But she, Piltover and Zaun, those names mean nothing to me, but I know they mean a lot to League of Legends people. And she wrote like an academic essay about it. And apparently this guy she was dating like sent her essay around to several of his colleagues, which she was like, you didn't have to do that. And I guess like he had it framed somewhere in his office too, so it was public. And I guess the reason that's creepy is I guess the character is from both places, not just from one. So that was kind of weird. So yeah, she's getting a lawyer together to kind of see if there's a claim for this, because for her it feels creepy, and she's had people who know her in real life kind of be like, hey, is this you? So it's not just like nobody's thinking the connection. I believe Riot put out a notice that said that they denied, which of course they were going to. They denied that there was a likeness, and they did say that the person that she mentioned that she was going out with, I should say she stopped dating him after like 3 months. She said they broke up for, they were moving and stuff like that. And so but Riot has said that that person no longer works with them, and also should not have had the power to be able to have that kind of influence, which actually she brings up. She's like, I don't think this guy I dated should have had this influence, but he kept saying he did when they were dating. So it's just kind of weird.
He didn't really say that he did. He just kind of like adored her. Like, it's just kind of hard to know what's going on with their relationship because we're only seeing her point of view. Yes, everything seems very, very creepily similar. But maybe he just really adored her when they were dating, and that's why it's like, I'm gonna frame her work or whatnot at my best. It's just
he definitely was very strong into the relationship. Honestly, the way she described him being so strong in the relationship, I felt a little creeped out. She seemed to not really mind it too much, but then they end up breaking up. But I remember thinking, like, I don't know, if I was like 2 months in a relationship and some guy was like, I'm going to base, a skin and League of Legends off of you, and I know the people to do it. I'd feel a little weird about that 2 months in. Like 6 months in, we can have that discussion. So that, I guess he moves really fast, I guess, is what I want to say that is. But
Or conspiracy theory, Riot Games actually hired them just so he can go out with her, or maybe someone was stalking her on her Twitter and they had him go out with her and get in all of this information about her and then make this character out of her. I don't know.
It's like,
that'd be fucked up.
That'd be so screwed up. Oh my lord. Like it is, and again, there's so much to say about this, but I don't know if it, we don't know. It is creepy. Like, I can see why she feels creeped out. If I were in her shoes, I would probably want to say something too, because it is creepy. But I'll be curious to see where it goes. But of course, like we said, Riot has denied, which we all knew they would. Like, that's nothing new. But I don't know. We'll see if she decides if her lawyer decides that she may still have a case. I don't know. So
it's just kind of hard because I'm not gonna say everyone. You see a lot of girls who look like this nowadays. Like, as I said, if you dyed your hair pink, you would look similar to this girl.
Yeah.
So
to be fair, I do not have the same body type, and she does have the same body type as the character. Like, I saw like more of a like. There's pictures you can see of more of her full body, and even that's kind of creepy.
That's true. The picture at the beach. Yes.
Yeah. Beats by Fate. I mean, you could say it's a form of flattery, but if I don't give permission for it, it's creepy, not flattering. That's the thing. Like, it's one thing to get permission for it and do it. It's another thing to me, it feels very exposing if this happened to me. Now, thankfully, I wouldn't say that I have very recognizable features. What are you? I am short, curvy, brown hair, and straight with glasses. Oh, okay. So whatever. But like for her, she has a bit more of she's the pink hair especially, and just even the overall look of her face and her eyes. So I don't know.
Like, even the glasses are the same shape and shit.
Yes.
That's where it gets kind of weird too for me, because like. And I'm not even going to deny, like, both of, like, the character and her are very attractive. And I can see where a creepy dude would be like, yeah, we got to fucking put her in the game, like, right now, kind of thing. Because, like, I have the male mindset. And it's like, that you can't do that. You have to kind of be nuanced about this shit. Maybe, like, actually marry her before you do that kind of thing. Get her permission through that.
It's true.
So it's funny you say that, because I have to apologize, I haven't done much more research on this. Riot has come out and I don't know if Riot came out and said it, but actually someone in Riot has said that actually Seraphine is based on somebody else. I believe the wife of someone in Riot.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I have not looked into it. I don't know.
And if we actually had pictures to kind of like judge, and it's like, okay, they're twins basically, then I could see this being a huge coincidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but if not, and this like wife looks like totally different, it's like how the fuck?
Yeah. So I had a question, because this is very, very, very similar feels to when Lindsay Lohan went and did that Was it an actual lawsuit? I don't remember. Against
She did, I think. Yeah, I think she
Against
did.
Rockstar?
Yeah, I think she did try to go through with it, but I don't think she won.
I don't think so either, because to be perfectly honest, I don't think the Rockstar girl really looked a lot like Lindsay Lohan.
Was a bit of
Especially
a...
nowadays after the drugs and stuff like that. She just doesn't know.
Well, it was, and I mean, it was a bit of a generic blonde-haired woman. But yeah, no, actually what this also reminds me of is Ellen Page. Didn't Ellen Page do something for Last of Us, or did she try to?
No,
she didn't. Okay.
She, like, Ellie and Ellen Page look similar, and there was controversy about that earlier on, but as she grew up, she doesn't really look like Ellen Page anymore in the second one. So, like, I don't think there's that much of a controversy around that anymore.
No. Like, yeah. And, like, we all know Ellen Page did the Beyond Two Souls game.
Yep.
But then got confused and thought she was also Ellie in The Last of Us. But it didn't come out much of it. I don't think Ellen Page said
I don't
much
think she
about it.
pushed it. Yeah, I don't
No.
think she pushed it, but I just remember hearing about that. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna come out of this.
So, personally, if you saw a video game character that's exactly like you, say Callie left and she went and joined a video game company and kind of all of a sudden a video game comes up and it looks exactly like you without your permission, would you be flattered at least? Or would you just be like, what the fuck? I'm gonna sue now.
I'm assuming that we have broken up, and
Yes.
so she never talked. No, I would not be flattered. I'd be freaked out. It would not be flattering. Actually, a better example for you to use would probably be one of my exes, only because I could, just because of reasons I could see. You know, I would not be flattered.
So
I would
you
be
dated
creeped
creeps. We
out.
understand.
No,
that,
not creeps, but like. Anyway, I'm not going to get into it publicly.
Just remember, Sarah has a type. They almost look all the same.
We don't need to talk about that. But anyway, but yeah, no, I'd be creeped out. I wouldn't like it. I would not find it flattering, actually. Like I said, especially if it's like an ex, and they did not ask for my permission. No, that's creepy. And especially like with this one, it's one thing if it's like, we're just designing a character that kind of looks like you. It's another thing if it's like, also their name is Sierra, and she also has a Shiba Inu, and also likes to work as a fair. Like if it's like, not saying they would use all those details, that would be crazy, but like especially if they started just kind of doing a little too close to home kind of details, that would creep me out. So I don't know. And Beats by Fate, like, I get what you're trying to say, but it is really, to me, it's really different when you've got something like this that's a picture and like specific details and stuff like that. Yes, you know, we are inspired by things all the time. I'm not saying that we're never using people's likeness to inspire us, but like, there's just again, like Stephanie says, it's just a few too many weird details. You know, and that's what's weird about it. If they just had a pink hair girl that was like an e-girl, okay, fine. But the names are weirdly similar. The body type and the face shape and the eye color and the hair color is weirdly similar. Both have cats. Both like to draw. That's a little too much.
It's too detailed.
Yeah, too detailed. If, like I said, like if one of my exes was like, oh, I'm making this character that happens to look like me, I would probably laugh it off. But the minute it starts to be too detailed, like a lot like me, no, I'm freaked out now. But that's just my opinion. That's how I would feel about it. If someday someone who met me decides, and again, I think it is different if it was a book. If my ex decided to write a story and included a character like me, I don't know. That would feel different, I guess, because it's not with pictures. I don't know.
So then what's the point? Like,
No.
they're taking details of your life into a book. and you'd be okay with it
Well,
versus...
that's not true. If they took specific details, no, I wouldn't be okay with it. I guess they were explaining about like books written, based on it. No, that would be different if it was like specific details. I don't know. I guess with a book, no, it'd still be creepy because you just would have to like write it. Like if you have to write off like my life details, no, that'd be weird. No, that still would be weird. I wouldn't like that.
I think it just really depends on the person. Like, Omega Woltall goes, if the character was cool, meh. But if the character was trash, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
That or is she looking for money? But I'm not saying that she's just looking for money. It's just, I don't know. It's a weird situation, and I hope she really has a good lawyer to help back it up. But they have to get really, really good evidence. I know everything looks so similar, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I don't know if she'll have a case. But yeah, and I mean, again, Beats by Face asking if it's a money thing. No, for me, it's like I said, if someone asks for my permission, that is one thing, but
it's integrity.
and it's not really a money thing. It's just, I don't know.
And Omega, I'm pretty sure there's already porn of the character.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie about that.
And Beats by Fate, yeah, people do get spoofed, but remember, especially in America, there is a difference between like a one-person citizen's rights versus like a company or celebrity. We have we do see a difference with those kinds of people. That's why when we talk about like defamation or libel and stuff, you can get in more trouble when it's kind of an average citizen versus like a company or celebrity. So keep that in mind too. And again, like a company can the thing too is if we think about, possible ways this could be hurtful, I don't know what Stephanie has gone through at this point, but like you can ruin a person's life, if you're not careful, this kind of thing. A company, well, if it's a spoof, that's one thing, but this isn't a spoof. I like what Decibel said, that it feels like someone created a personal shrine to her without her knowledge. It is kind of what it feels like, and I think that's why I'm uncomfortable, especially with the story she gave. So I think let's keep in mind that the feelings are valid here. You could say that she's not going to win the case. That's probably true. And you could say that she doesn't have a case or whatever, but she feels creeped out. And that's what matters. We can't necessarily say that like she doesn't deserve to be creeped out. She does. That's fact. So what's she going to be able to do about it? I don't know. But I hope she's okay, regardless of what she does. So that's all.
I like Decibel. He says, I'm a simple person. I do know one rule of life. If you ever come across your doppelganger, you must fight it to the death.
I apparently have a lot of doppelgangers to fight. This is a weird fun fact about me. I've had a lot of people in my life that, like, when they first meet me, they go, you remind me of someone I know. And then they try to get into about, like, how this person is, like, bright, energy, and unique. But I've heard it so many times, I'm like, are we unique? So that's a weird thing that happens to me often.
Very weird. Another thing that's coming out, One Up. I was so mad about this story because this came out the day we did our podcast and our last podcast, and I didn't see it until after we did our podcast, and it broke before our podcast. I'm like, darn it! But we're gonna talk about it now anyway. It's called One Up, and this is a story that centers on a female gamer named Vivian Lee who quits her college esports team rather than put up with sexism from her male counterparts. So with her scholarship on the line, she is forced to assemble an all-women's varsity team to compete with the boys. This is Ellen Page, which is funny. We were just talking about her.
I know. But the person who would probably play as me if I ever had a biopic.
Pretty much. You're definitely in the Ellen Page. And I forgot who was the other
let me see.
actress.
I know Ellen Page was the main one I knew.
Yes.
But who else?
Everyone knows who Ellen Page is.
I know.
I haven't even watched the Umbrella Academy second season yet, but I need to.
No, I know her other movies, but not that one. Where?
Paris Barely.
I don't know.
Is that French?
Probably. I can't find the name. Otherwise, I would tell you.
It's on the headline.
Oh, the headline. Oh, I'm sorry. I skipped that part. Paris. I'm guessing. Barrel. Yeah, Barreluk. doesn't look very French, but it might be.
I don't even know who she is. But you said
either.
it was directed by this guy named Kyle Newman.
Kyle Newman, and it comes from BuzzFeed Studios, which is the only reason I'm a little hesitant. But I mean, BuzzFeed's okay, but I'm not sure how much I trust them with something like this. It's on the surface, it's kind of like, okay, cool. You know, that sounds cool. That sounds interesting. But I'm a little worried how it's going to be turned out. They do have a lady named Julia Yorks who wrote the script, and apparently she describes it as kind of the vein of Pitch Perfect, which is actually kind of good news. Pitch Perfect, I don't know if you ever watched that one.
I love that movie.
Yeah, okay, cool. I only saw I've only seen the first one, so I can't tell you the rest of them. But I love Anna Kendrick, so but which kind of gives me a little bit of hope if that is true, because I think that kind of a beat and style would work for a film like this. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little nervous. I hope it's good. If it's good, I'm gonna be thrilled to bits, but I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't know. It's a little weird.
Yeah.
I don't know why it's weird. It's just maybe because it's just kind of focusing to something that we're kind of uncomfortable with already. Like, girls don't play video games, that kind of thing. And now we have to roll up and make an all-women team. And I know we've said this before. We like all women's team, but we wanted to make it co-ed somehow. Like, it won't matter anymore. But
yeah, we don't want to make this a permanent thing. But yeah, exactly. And I think that's what's kind of, I think I see your point, because actually that makes sense, because what I don't want this message to be is, you know, to be like, hey, you know, girls, you know, we need all girls esports teams. I want the point to be like, girls can play esports together with men and it's fine, you know.
See, and this is why I like Good Games so much, because it did have females playing with dudes on the same fucking team, and it wasn't a big goddamn deal.
Yeah, which I think again, like I guess this is one of those movies that, okay, make it now, and then let's not have to make it later. Let's not make this be something that needs to be addressed later. That could let's be beyond this, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. I get your point though. I'm worried what the message is going to be as a result.
Yes, I mean, it'll be cool. It'll be cool to show that yes, women can play video games as good as the guys, or we're equals anyway. Just, I don't know.
The thing that kind of steers me kind of wrong is that it's going to highlight Gamergate again. And I get it's going to be like highlighting it from a woman's perspective, hopefully. But like at some point we need to move past Gamergate, and it needs to quit being just like the focal point of movies and stuff like that. Can we just like have a story with a woman protagonist playing video games? How fucking hard would that be? Like, that would be more impactful in my head than trying to overcome these scandals, if that makes any sense.
No, it does. And it's such a tricky thing, because you're kind of talking about the issue that happens sometimes when you've got, I guess prejudice is the right word to say it. We're kind of at this point where it's like, okay, we know it sucks to be a woman in gaming. Yes, we know. Thank you. It actually kind of reminds me about the women panelists in gaming, and how they're like, listen, you can invite us for more than just women in gaming panels. Like, put us on the other panels too, just about gaming. I think that's kind of the point you're trying to make, and kind of similar vein. And I do agree with you. It is one of those things where I kind of like, okay, let's let this movie be made, and then let's not feel like we need to remake and readdress this. Let's normalize women in esports.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
I'm curious, because if it says in the vein that Pitch Perfect is supposed to be a comedy, I kind of want to see Elizabeth Banks and her co-part in Pitch Perfect do commentary on this esports game.
I know, that would be funny.
Because it's kind of in line with it.
Yeah, I get Rebel Wilson in there. I like that. Yeah. And when they say comedy, I hope when they mean comedy, like in the vein of Pitch Perfect too, I just really hope we don't have to deal with weird comedic scenes of whipping girls into shape to play video games who are not interested in video games. You know what I mean? I don't think they'll do that, but that's another thing that makes me uncomfortable. It's like, LOL, we got to get these girls into shape to play video games because they don't play video games. LOL. It's like, no.
What might redeem it is actually getting like our female gamers out there right now, like maybe Pokimane or like Frankie, the esports caster, just anyone who's legitimate actually put into this would probably be okay.
Yeah. And again, like, phrase it as these are very passionate female gamers.
I wonder what game they're gonna play.
Yeah, I wonder what they're. I mean, do you think they're gonna do a real game, or do they have to make up a game?
I mean, it depends on licensing and things like that. It could be similar to what League of Legends did with Simpsons and kind of make a spoof on the game, or World of Warcraft and South Park. But for the most part, like, you see people make fake games. Like Good Game was all fake MOBA in the same vein as League of Legends. But yeah,
Makes sense. Well, we'll just have to see, I guess.
Yes. I love how these quick monthly news turn out to be like so good of a topic.
Yeah, I know. Are we gonna get to our actual topic today? Anyway, we'll see.
Next month, we have the the Game Awards, not the Video Game Awards. I always call it the Video Game Awards because I think of game, and I live here in Las Vegas, and they're also called gaming, the gambling. So anyway, the Game Awards nominees came out. There's a lot of categories like Best Game Direction, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction. This is like the Oscars of video games.
It is.
Best Score Music, Best Audio Design, Best Performance, Games for Impact, Best Ongoing Game, Best Indie Game, Best Mobile, Best Community Support, even VR and AR. And I think the only category we mostly look at is Game of the Year.
Yes,
award.
Absolutely. It's the only one anyone really cares about. But hey, and some of the people ones, I guess.
Well, yeah, true. The people one, like Best Performance, I give that too. So Best Performance, we have Ashley Johnson as Ellie, Laura Bailey as Abby, Daisuke Tsuji as Jin Saikei. I hope I pronounced that correctly, and that's with Ghost of Tsushima. Logan Cunningham as Hades, Naji Jeter as Miles Morales. It's funny that Miles Morales is on here because the game literally just came out.
Yeah, I know. All right, I guess it's popular, that's for sure.
It's a great game.
but
I'm
partial. I kind of want Logan Cunningham to get it because I played a fuck ton of Hades, and like, he does such a good job.
Oh, good. You played Hades.
Yes.
I've never heard of this game.
I've heard of it. I've been told I need to play it, and I haven't played it. But I've heard.
You guys like roguelikes at all?
I don't play many of them, but I've heard even if you don't like them, it's not too hard with this one.
It's probably one of the best roguelikes that has come out in recent years, next to Risk of Rain 2 that I've played.
Right.
And it's even better than Dreamscaper, the one that I reviewed a couple months back. Like, I really do enjoy Hades a lot. I think you guys would too, because like, it's more narratively driven than most roguelikes.
That's what I heard.
And like, dying and coming back and making your character stronger plays into that narrative. And I've played, I think, 20 some odd hours, and I'm still getting new interactions and new just lore bits from it, and it makes me want to keep on playing, if that makes any sense. So like, I would suggest playing the game.
Okay. Is it on Steam? Epic
It
Games?
is.
Yep. And I think it's like $25, so it's not expensive.
Not expensive, yeah, that's what I heard.
The Pelican in chat says, what is that? Roguelikes.
So a roguelike is basically a game where you go through certain aspects and zones and stuff, getting new items, empowering your character, and you only have one life. And when you die, you lose all that, but you get like certain currencies or EXP to bolster your next run, and you basically just run through the same thing. They're usually procedurally generated, so some zones look different. For like Faster Than Light or FTL, it's about going through space and trying to pick up like certain people and trying to bolster your crew and try to make it out alive from this war zone, basically. Risk of Rain, you're just killing things and getting items. So it's...
Yeah, Omega Weltal, it talks about how it's... I didn't realize that was an old DOS game. Did they make it for Steam? Because I remember a game called Rogue. And the whole idea was that you basically played a family line, if I recall correctly. Like, you had a character and you went through and you did adventures, but when you died, like, your next child took your place and kept going. But maybe I made this up in my head.
That sounds like a roguelike, to be honest.
Yeah, but I thought it was called Rogue, but I could be wrong.
Because, let me bring up my Steam.
Well, I'm kind of interested in this game already because Chuck in chat says award for horniest game of 2020
well,
is
that's because Hades looking fine, if I recall correctly.
And Decibel says game has produced the most fanfics is Hades, so...
Yeah, the characters, from what I've heard, look very fine. So that's why.
So the game that I was trying to think of was Rogue Legacy, that kind of has a similar
Rogue
thing.
Legacy, that's what I'm thinking of.
Okay, so they just came out with Rogue Legacy 2. I'm not a big fan of Rogue Legacy because it's one of the harder roguelikes, but like Binding of Isaac's another one.
Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Got it. Because I remember Binding of Isaac. But yeah, out of those choices, it's a hard... It's
for
so
game
hard
of the year.
For best performance, because that's
best performance. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Because I didn't know what Hades was, so I would give it to Laura, just because I'm very biased to that game, as well as the shit that she had to go through.
Yeah.
After the game came out, like.
Yeah, she did.
If she was able to play such a great heel. The bad guy, quote bad guy, then she deserves the best performance, period.
Yeah, and she's an amazing voice actor. I knew her from Anime Circle, so it's kind of exciting to see her here. But yeah, for sure. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could make a pick, but I definitely I kind of hope for that sake, because I know Laura Bailey, so for her sake, I hope.
My heart goes out to her.
Absolutely.
We actually put out the nominees out on our Discord too, so we do have a few responses. Like for best fighting game, we got Grand Blue versus Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Street Fighter 5, One Punch Man, and Under Night in Birth. And yes. Omega Woltall says, One Punch Man, really? Like, really? That game was ass.
Apparently it sucked.
So Omega Woltall is actually in our chat. What fighting game would you choose for the Game Awards?
Yeah, I don't know why One Punch Man's there, dude. It just is, okay? They ran out of spaces. No, they didn't run out of spaces.
Well, they probably didn't have a lot of fighting games come out this year, to be honest. But like, I've played some of the old Grand Blue. I'm not a big fan of Grand Blue. Haven't played MK11.
That's what Omega Weltall would say is Mortal Kombat 11. So
he said because of Rambo. Because yes, Rambo's now
good enough reason as any, I suppose.
So is Mortal Kombat becoming the Super Smash Bros. For movies, basically?
Guess
and
so.
Wrestlers, because they keep on adding like real life people into that game.
I mean, they have Rambo and RoboCop, right? In Mortal Kombat. Who else is in there? Predator?
Predator.
Not Predator. Arnold Schwarzenegger's character.
Oh, Terminator.
Terminator? Yeah.
Terminator. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I mean, he's both.
What
in there.
was the woman, the MMA fighter? I can't remember her name off the top of my head. She was put in there as one of the DLC
Ronda Rousey?
characters.
Is it Ronda Rousey? That was
Yeah,
the only one
Ronda
I was
Rousey,
thinking
yeah.
of.
as not Sophia. I'm so sorry, Sonya
Sonya.
Blade. Wow, I'm so tired. I'm getting names mixed up. I can't speak, but
It's
that's
okay.
usual here.
That's why we're here, to correct you without judgment. Just kidding.
But yeah, out of all of that, I think I see more news about Mortal Kombat. I think just because of the characters that are coming out in the game.
True.
Anyway, game of the year. We got Doom Eternal, Final
Boo.
Fantasy VII Remake,
Boo.
Ghost of Tsushima,
Eh,
Hades,
I'm okay with that.
Animal Crossing,
Yay!
That's a better one.
and The Last of Us 2.
And that's a solid choice.
I mean, to be honest with you, I actually don't really hate the choices they have up this year. Final Fantasy VII Remake, I feel like on principle shouldn't, just because it's a remake, even if it is a different game, but that's just my principles. I would love it if Animal Crossing won, by the way, though. It would make so many dude bros mad, and I would
Did
live
you say
under-
dude
Fuck
bros?
those dude bros.
It's true, though. These gamer boys are out of control. Anyway, just because it would make them so mad, and it would just be my delight. But I think I don't know what they're gonna pick. I also wouldn't mind if they, like, I think on principle, I feel like doing Ghost of Tsushima or Hades would be cool, just because it's unique. They're different. They're not like sequels. They're not remakes. You know what I mean? So, but that's
Well,
just
I
me.
would argue Animal Crossing
It
should
is.
get Game of the Year just because of how it helped people through COVID this year.
That's fair. That's
Because
fair.
it was one of the first games that kind of like gave people a way to interact with others and all that
Mhm.
in a wholesome way. So, like, I hope Animal Crossing wins it. If Doom Eternal gets it, like, I'm gonna be a little miffed because, like, the game's okay. It's not Game of the Year material. Final Fantasy remake, really good remake, but I think Final Fantasy VII got Game of the Year a long ass time ago, and
Right.
it should just hold on to that one.
Exactly. That's how I feel too.
Now, if we weren't in coronavirus times, would Animal Crossing win?
I probably not because
Probably
Animal
would be on
Crossing,
the list.
yeah, because it's always been a niche kind of game. Like it only hit mainstream because of coronavirus, in my opinion.
I think it was mainstream before then, but it definitely reached a wider audience this time. It's like what Fire Emblem Three Houses did. The Fire Emblem games were starting to get mainstream, but Three Houses, like, all of a sudden put it way on the map, and that's kind of how I feel it was with Animal Crossing. Because yeah, I knew what Animal Crossing was, but I never touched the game until quarantine. So yeah, I think without quarantine, I don't even think Animal Crossing would have made the list, to be quite frank with you. But it's still a good game. I just don't know if it would have made the list, just because I feel like games like Animal Crossing have to reach a higher bar to get added to this list. I don't think it's fair, because I think they should have a wider variety of games, because a lot of these games, no offense, are more similar to each other than Animal Crossing is, but you should have a wide variety. So I'm glad it's on here. But I think it is unfortunate that I feel it probably took quarantine for it to be on here. So, but I think it'd be cool if it won for that reason.
Well, I'm kind of astonished to see Hades on here though, because it's an indie game. Like most indie games don't hit Game of the Year.
But
most
that's
often.
like all awards shows.
Yeah.
Like there's always that one indie
That
movie
underdog.
or TV show. Yeah, the underdog. And you're like,
Mhm.
what the hell is that? Why is it Game of the Year? Or why is it the movie of the year? Or why is it the TV show of the year?
Yeah, they always include at least one, so I'm not surprised.
The most prolific one that I remember in recent times was Undertale. That's
Yep.
the only one that I can really
Yeah.
take off the top of my head. So
But that might, to be honest, maybe it's what I mean. Undertale kind of really, I mean, there were indie games before that, don't get me wrong, but Undertale was one of those games that became famous through streaming. And so it's kind of what a lot of indie games really rely on nowadays. You know, they want streamers to stream their game. Look at Among Us. That game's been out for a couple years, but a couple streamers get on it and all of a sudden it's super popular again.
Right.
So
Chuck was just saying, how is Among Us not up for Game of the Year?
yeah, I don't know. I guess because it wasn't made this year.
Yeah, I think most of these games have to be made during the calendar year, and it was made literally 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though? Among Us is not under Best Indie category. It's under Best Mobile.
That's interesting.
Wonder if the mobile platform came out this year.
Maybe. I guess I never really researched it. Maybe that's what made the difference. Be curious.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's curious.
A lot of people are rooting for Animal Crossing just because of the whole "we are the world." Anyway, we have RNG PC in the chat. Hey, what's up, Nate? He says my wife played more Animal Crossing over the initial quarantine more than she has played video games over her entire life. To the same knowledge of the same. I think Lloid and Darkflux are kind of the same person. Because Darkflux said in Discord, I would honestly say Animal Crossing is the real game of the year because it probably helped prevent a good amount of people from killing themselves and others from going out and getting Rona. Gameplay wise, it is not the best game on there, but it came at a perfect time and helped keep people safe, which is very, very true.
Yeah, and it is, I mean, I like that it's got to be on there because it is a different game, you know, and games like Animal Crossing are usually kind of poo-pooed. So it's kind of cool for it to be up here.
And then you got also on Discord, Volkai. He says Hades for Game of the Year has to be, I don't know if you can say it's platonic idea of roguelite indie game or small studio, whatever he says. But I think you can safely say it's the best roguelite yet made. It's able to convert believers out of people who traditionally avoid roguelikes and roguelites completely, so that's saying something. Literally, the only things preventing far more people from playing Hades are that it's not on more consoles and it's not free.
I mean, I always find it cool when indie games can get up here for Game of the Year. So I don't think I haven't played Hades, but I wouldn't necessarily be upset if it got it. Ghost of Tsushima, same kind of thing. I mean, I think Ghost of Tsushima was made by a bigger company, but it's a new IP, so I appreciate that too.
Yeah, Sucker Punch did Ghost of Tsushima.
Right.
About as much as I like Doom, I don't think Doom Eternal would be Game of the Year. Neither Final Fantasy VII, because I'm not my favorite. I'm just biased.
Yeah. Well, I would hope not. Yeah, Last of Us 2 could, and you know, it's the reason Last of Us 2 would be kind of weird is just because The Last of Us 1 got it. I know, but I don't know.
It's such a good franchise.
I hear you. I know. Just I don't know. Just feels a little weird.
Yeah, I'm torn between Animal Crossing and The Last of Us 2.
Fair enough.
Hades, I don't know yet because I haven't played it.
Yeah, fair enough.
We're gonna have to fix that.
Right.
I know. I gotta fix that myself too. Someday.
But those are the nominees. I'm kind of interested. Oh. Pelly says, question, what was so great about last year's Game of the Year? Sekiro Shadows Die Twice.
It was made by the people who did Dark Souls.
I mean, narratively speaking, it was a really good game.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
I haven't played it. I've only watched it. So
I watched my brother curse at the TV, so you know that's that. I mean, facetious, Pele. Like it was made by the people who did Dark Souls. It did have, you know, and Dark Souls has a very unique way of doing storytelling. It's very it's more implied rather than explicit. So I think it had a lot of that. It was did a lot more. What's the word I'm looking for? The world of the game was a bit more unique and that kind of thing. I'm being facetious, but there's other things to it. I'm not saying it necessarily deserved it, but I don't know who else was up for grabs for it, but I'm not surprised it won.
I like how in Best Multiplayer Game, Animal Crossing, Fall Guys, Call of Duty, and Valorant. Why did I write Fall Guys twice? I was really tired.
We're on a roll.
I bet Fall Guys gets that because Valorant. I don't know. You guys haven't played. Well, Kooky, you haven't played Valorant in a while. I actually uninstalled the game, and I know a few of the people we played with uninstalled it. I think Skirl's the only one still playing it.
I would play, but we don't have our squad anymore.
It was way too much similar to Counter-Strike, and I burnt myself out of that game a long time ago.
Yeah. Anyway, those are the nominees. If you want to check it out, go to, I think, the GameAwards.com. I just want to make sure that link is correct. Yes, the GameAwards.com. Go vote for the nominees. There's way too many categories, so we're not just going to go through every single one of them.
Why not, Kooky?
No.
We don't
Let's
have
make
the
this
time.
a 3-hour episode.
No.
Let's not.
Let's just say the multiple choice there is a lot of Animal Crossing, a lot of Final Fantasy VII, a lot of Fall Guys, a lot of... I'm just like scrolling through and seeing like the most common
A little
names
bit of
I see.
Apex.
A little bit of Half-Life. Yeah. So good luck to all. I'm gonna watch it. What is it? December 10th.
Oh, the content creator. We could go over that real quick. But like none of these people I actually like, so never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know.
I don't know any of those content. I mean, I do know of them, but I just don't watch them. So for best content creator of the year is Alana Pierce. I heard she recently just got a job with GameSpot. Don't quote me on that because I just recently saw she just got the job. Jay and Lopez, don't know who that is. Nick Merckx, I know the name but don't know. Tim the Tatman, of course, know Tim the Tatman.
Watch him, yeah,
but don't watch him. And Valkyrie.
Don't know who that is.
Yeah, we don't watch enough streamers.
Yeah, that's the
Where's
problem.
Ninja? Where's Shroud?
Where's Markiplier?
Exactly.
No Dr. Disrespect.
Exactly.
Oh, that would be fucking hilarious if he was on that list.
Or Dr. Lupo.
Exactly.
I would actually appreciate Lupo because he's
Yes.
a cool dude.
He's a cool dude, at least. Yeah.
He's very humble. At least he keeps it real. Carletta says, "Where's Nate?" I'm guessing she means Nate Bender. But yeah, that's it for the monthly games. We're gonna go ahead and follow up with this story about Twitch because I know we're on Twitch. We love you, Twitch. There's just...
Yeah, but you're hurting us. I'm just gonna
You guys
say
are
it.
fucking stupid sometimes. We have to bitch slap you.
There's a reason we left YouTube.
So last episode we talked about how Twitch streamers are getting a bunch of DCMA takedowns for their music. We talked about the one guitarist who's playing his own damn music on Twitch and he got DMCA'd for it. Yeah, no. So they came out with a response. They put a whole bunch of facts about the DCMA or DMCA. God darn it. DMCA. And someone asked on Twitter, so what about music in the game? The biggest game is about to drop next month, Cyberpunk 2077. Mm-hmm. And we have to mute all music entirely and ruin the experience for in the game. Twitch support response says...
You want me to read it?
Mm-hmm.
Hey there, thanks for reaching out. I love it when they start that way. We recommend reading through any game's EULA and utilizing any option to turn music off in the game that includes that option or mute the game audio.
Fuck you, Twitch. Fuck you and your stupid customer service bullshit. Because why? Why can't you? Why? Like, it pisses me off so fucking bad when you're so blatantly, like, ignorant to the actual problem. Because why should we have to mute our fucking game because you don't want to go through the process of actually trying to make sure this doesn't get DMC striked? Or working with the game studio to be like, hey, what music can you put in a feature that takes out all the copyrighted music and leaves in the other music? How fucking hard would that be? Like, just open a fucking dialogue with these developers instead of fucking putting the onus on us. It is driving me fucking insane.
Because and we all know, well, at least in my opinion, because the thing is that despite the fact that so many game developers say they don't want streamers, they absolutely do. Like, they want their cake and eat it too, and that's what drives me nuts. Because you know what would happen if they actually took the time for us to, like, for it to be known, like, a game comes out and goes, yeah, don't worry about DMCA strikes, you know, stream this as much as you want. And then other games would be like, absolutely not. We will do strikes. You know, we will, do something if you guys stream this game. Well, guess what? I'm not going to be streaming anymore. Problem solved. But that's not what they want.
Well,
they want, it's
just put in the option in the options to turn off licensed music. Like, Fallout 76 should fucking do it, because, like, Oxhorn gets dinged if he has any of the open sourced music that they use, but some companies have taken copyright over. And it's, I want to say the gamer word, but it's fucking stupid, and it drives me goddamn nuts. Because, like, it's one option, and it's so easy to put in. Like, developers, get your ass together, or Twitch, start fucking demanding this shit. Like, we as gamers can't do that. We don't have the fucking power to, because we're too stupid to not buy these games at this point. Like, that's the only way this will change, is if we vote with our fucking dollar, and we fucking won't.
You know, I have to give Cyberpunk 2077 credit, though, because they are going to put in an option.
Yes, they did.
For streaming. So they have. Yeah, they did. Which, you know, I think is kind of crazy, but you know what? Good on them. So that they actually did that. I mean, hopefully we will see more games that respond to it like this. I don't know if I quite understand how DMCA strikes really work, because I feel like so often it becomes that the games that, you know, don't really want these strikes. They want people to stream their game. And so it's weird, all these hoops they got to jump to be able to do that. But music licensing, I know, is a complicated old law thing that they just refuse to really actually make more modern for the modern world, because they're still stuck in old ways. So it's a mess. But
it definitely needs to be updated to today's time, especially when everything's streamed nowadays. I guess it was not so much a problem back then. Chuck says he usually gets his Rock Band Sunday DMCA or muted almost immediately after he posts them. I know Square Enix has been sending DMCAs for, I know, Sarah rolled her eyes because she's like worried about playing Final Fantasy 14.
I know. I was like, I was gonna do 14, something easy to stream, and now I'm like, damn it.
Right. So they really do need to update the DMCAs. I think it probably has to be a government mandated thing too.
Unfortunately, yeah, it has to be at this point, because the companies are not, they're going to just do what interests them.
The only way that'll actually happen is if platforms like Twitch and YouTube sue the government to change the law, because our lawmakers aren't going to do anything about it, or we as gamers need to do something like we did trying to protect internet sovereignty to a certain extent with like SOPA and SIPA, and actually petition Congress to change these laws to facilitate what we're actually doing. But as I've seen lately, like, the only times we can really rally people into political movements is if we're gonna like run off the fucking cliff with like Trump and shit like that. Yeah. So until like the platform is under attack to a certain degree, I don't think anything's going to change.
Yeah, I mean, you do have a point. Like, Twitch and YouTube could go to bat about this, but they don't.
Well, they have the money to do it, and it would be in their
Exactly.
best interest because it would show their support for the people who make them the goddamn money.
Yeah.
Because the content creators are the one making the money, not them. Like, all they're doing is giving us the facilities to give them ad revenue, or they take half of our damn subscription fee. Like, what are you getting all this money for but not helping us? Like, actually do something for us, Twitch.
Yeah.
It looks like the CEO of Twitch actually apologized for the DMCA. Of course, that was the post that they put up. It's interesting that the Twitch CEO, Emmett Shear, also promised that they're looking to be smarter in how they handle the content strikes versus the rampant AI that is deleting content wrongfully. So,
Oh boy.
they're having bots go through our VODs and whatnot and just deleting them.
That's oops, sorry for that. That is a horrible idea. And
It makes sense though, because like there's hundreds of thousands, even millions of minutes being watched on the
That
platform.
sucks.
well, we know, I mean, I'm not against bots. It's more of bots auto deleting. That's what I'm upset about. You know, having bots flag things makes perfect sense. But having auto deletion by bots and having very few ways or few rights really to fight against it is a problem. You know, if there was even if it was that they rampantly deleted and there was a much easier way to be like to petition against it, and then, you know, that would happen. Like, it'd be annoying, but at least that would work. But that, you know, that's not what happens. They get ignored, even if they're rightfully taken down. So, or wrongfully taken down, I should say.
Well, and the other problem that I have with Twitch is a couple tweets ago that they had before, like, this current tweet. They basically said the way we can petition the DMC strikes are if we email, call, or mail them, like paper mail. They don't have a system like YouTube where you can contest that on their fucking platform, which is egregious to me. Like, why don't we have a system like that on Twitch right now?
Yeah, I don't know.
I can't say anything with that.
It feels like they're tying our hands behind our back and gagging us in this situation. And all they're saying is, we're sorry, we'll try to do better. And it's like, well, you have to do actions to make this better. Like, this should have been something on, like, your developer's, like, top list. Like, it needs to be fixed now, not later.
Yeah, it's gonna make people mad.
Yeah. What's funny, in light of this news, Monster Cat Gold was announced. This partnership between Monster Cat, everyone knows what Monster Cat is. They continuously play music, awesome music, because sometimes I actually use their music on our own streams. Monster Cat and Twitch came together and say, hey, we can fast track you to Twitch affiliates. You can use any of our music, license free. You just gotta pay us so we can get you Twitch affiliate.
Yeah, pay $5, get Twitch affiliate. Woo!
Oh, that's good.
Why didn't we do this?
I know, this would have been way faster. Gosh, instead of organically growing, what were we thinking? Oh, gosh.
It makes me so angry. Like, why would you put a fast track on that? Why?
It's dumb because, like, we took the time to actually get 50 followers. We took the time. It's just 50 followers and, like, what, 12 days, 12 different days, and how many hours?
I have to 25 hours total streamed in 1 month. Like, it's not hard to get affiliate.
Actually,
like, you just have to put yourself out there. Like, I've helped,
you gotta try.
I think 10 people now get affiliate over the last year. Like, just with various things of, like, hosting them or just being in their chat so they can get 3 viewers all in one sitting.
Right.
Like, just put in the work for it. I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't be able to pay your way into it, but I mean, it's more fulfilling if you actually take the time and work your ass off to get where you want to be, in my opinion. But $5 really?
Yep. Decibel says Twitch is pay to win now.
Certainly what it feels like. Imagine if they had a separate thing, like you pay $25 to get partner. Oh gosh.
People would stab people at that point, because like we have partners, well, we know partners that work their ever-loving ass off for that.
Yep.
It's funny now because news just came out that Monster Cat was like, wait, what? We didn't sign up for this. And they took out like status of Twitch affiliate from their pages. So there's no mention about getting Twitch affiliate fast track on their page.
Well, I'm glad they backpedaled.
I'm waiting for them to blame the intern.
Yes. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm going to keep an eye out because that article that news just came out literally today. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Twitch,
what you doing?
it's very, very, what's the word?
Disappointing?
Clicky, and yet, and
Frustrating?
frustrating. And they're also clicky. I'm just gonna say that because it's always hard to get a hold of someone on Twitch unless you know someone of someone who knows someone in Twitch or who's related in Twitch, whatever.
Or if you make a tweet that gets like 1,000 retweets calling out Twitch.
Unless you make Twitch money too. So
Yeah, that too. Exactly.
it's, I don't know. Decibel goes, I wonder how much of a surge Mixer would get right now if they were still around. Probably not.
And nothing, because Mixer was a dog shit platform to begin with.
I mean, you don't see a lot of people going to Facebook gaming because of stuff like this on Twitch, do you?
No, well, I mean, the
Facebook-
monetization on Facebook isn't as good as it is on Twitch. So
Yeah.
I think that's the driving factor in all of it.
Absolutely. Although Facebook Gaming keeps trying to advertise that there are people using its platform, but I don't watch it. I think I know like one guy from like my college that's trying to be a streamer who uses Facebook Gaming.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, I'm starting to get sponsored ads from Facebook gaming. It's like, hey, you can be a content creator in our platform. I'm like, no.
I'm not that desperate.
I'm sorry. As much as we are hating on Twitch for all of the DMCA stuff that's been going around and Monster Cat Fast Track, we're still on Twitch.
I know, we're still here. So, pretty please.
Twitch.tv/RNG Tea.
I think it's the same thing like with LBR and 14. Like we hated on that game. Well, not hated on it, but we criticized it heavily because we loved it. It's the same thing with Twitch. Like, I don't intrinsically hate Twitch. I just hate the people who are making these decisions badly, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, it's disappointing, I think, is the main thing. Because, I mean, we all knew, like, Twitch kind of seemed like, you know, for a while it was kind of free. Like, I mean, yeah, you had to follow the rules, and they had certain things that were banned, but especially compared to YouTube, you know, it was kind of felt more like you could relax and not really worry too much about what was going to happen with your videos. And now I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, and that's really striking too, because YouTube actually has a better platform for that system. Like, you can contest all this shit, where like Twitch you can't. Like, like, you get 3 DMC strikes, you're fucking gone off the platform, and there's no negotiating.
Yeah.
There's not even a process involved unless you actually take the time and call them. And who the fuck's gonna call Twitch? Like, no one calls Twitch. Kooky, did you call Twitch ever?
No.
See?
I don't even know if there's a phone number.
1-800 call Twitch.
It's a digital platform. I don't think anybody actually does phone calls. I'm just saying that. But again, Twitch, just listen to your content creators. We're here using your platform. I mean, without us. Just kidding.
But And you're not wrong. Like, come on. At the end of the day, rise up and take the means of production. Okay.
Yes.
1-800 fuck you.
Said Carletta.
How is that not a phone number?
I bet it is.
Call it. We'll call it after the episode. Anyway, thank you so much for staying with us until the last drop. Again, stay tuned to our social media for whenever we are on. We are on RNG Tea, that's AND, on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. You can follow us on our social medias. Kooky Persona, that's KOOKY, on basically everything, Twitter and Facebook mostly, and Instagram. Sarah, where can they find you?
Yep, and I'm under Sarahscopic, so SARAHSCOPIC. Mostly on Twitter, so you can say hi to me there.
And Lloyd?
LLOID_RNG. And you can come to my Twitter and watch me bitch at Overwatch people in my "Dear, you're a dumbass" section of tweets.
Yeah, pretty much. He hasn't been banned yet. We keep looking at his account.
How many days how many days ban free?
The funny thing is I've had, like, I would tweet something and then I'd refresh the Twitch page and then it would say, you have a 12-hour ban. And then I'd go into my account and it's not there. I'm like, oh, someone reported me, and someone from Twitch was like, yeah, you're right. That guy is a dumbass.
You mean Twitter?
Twitter, whatever. It's all the same.
Anyway, yes, you can listen to on our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. Like I said, I don't even know if it's around. Amazon Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, Pandora. Leave us a review. Again, we're just waiting to read one. I was gonna get some old reviews from our old podcast, but no, that's cheating.
No. Come on, guys, do a review, please.
Yes.
I'm begging you.
And enter into our 1-year anniversary contest giveaway. We have until November 28th, so that's in 8 days. So Saturday after Black Friday.
So get in there, get your tickets.
All right. Well, we'll see you later. Talk to you later, or whatever. See you next month.
This episode was produced by Christine Solis, Sarah Skopic, and Aaron Pillen. Please support RNG Tea by sharing this podcast with your family, friends, and fellow gamers and leaving us a review. Intro music in this episode is by Home, and outro music by Stoopy Doken. Check out both these artists and their music at soundcloud.com. RNG Tea and its hosts are solely responsible for its content.